Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a holiday makeup anti-haul. I have not done an anti-haul in quite a while, and I will say I've noticed a lot of people kind of stopped doing anti-hauls and instead do the will I buy it type videos. I know some people do think that anti-hauls are a little negative. Personally, I don't think so because I think it's really interesting to hear why people don't want to buy certain makeup products. And honestly, if I bought all the new makeup releases, I would be broke as a joke within a week and a half. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to just tell you why I personally am not interested in these products. Again, I'm not saying that they are bad or anything like that, but these are just holiday makeup releases that I am not interested in. And yes, it is only September and there are so many holiday makeup releases. They do usually start at the end of August. And honestly, I'm sure there's going to be more. So let's just get into it. First up is Dior, and they are coming out with some highlighter palettes, a copper, a rose gold, a pure gold, and some glosses. And they already have two highlighter palettes in this format. And I've actually heard really good things. But honestly, if you look at these highlighter palettes and then you look at the ones that they already have, there's definitely some repeat shades within them. And I'm really trying to avoid face palettes unless I think I'm going to use every single item in that face palette. Again, I have heard really good things about these, and I do think it's good that they are coming out with highlighter palettes that I think, within your skin tone, you could probably find one of these that would work for you, but personally, none of them really interest me. I do feel like they are a little bit repetitive, and yeah, I'm just trying to really avoid buying face palettes unless I'm gonna really use every single shade. Next up is Too Faced, and they release so much at the holidays. I feel like the brands that kind of go crazy and release a million different products are Tarte and Too Faced. They have so many things coming out. Some of them are already out. So they're coming out with 4 different mini palettes. They're $27. I see so many repeat shades in these. I think if you really wanted one of these, that would make sense. But for me, I have no interest in even getting one. Definitely not more than one. Personally, I do like the Too Faced eyeshadow formula. I still own the chocolate bar palette and I really enjoy it. But overall, over the years, I have just found formulas I enjoy a lot more than Too Faced. Some of my favorite eyeshadow formulas are ColourPop, Juvia's Place, and then more expensive ones like Natasha Denona, but I personally feel like all of those to me are better than Too Faced. Therefore, I just kind of stopped being interested in any of their palettes, even if I did find the colors to be interesting. And they always have lip sets. And I'm not interested in these because, first of all, I'm hardly wearing lipstick nowadays. And honestly, I'm more of like a lip gloss, lip liner person anyway these days. Also, I've just decided for myself, if I'm ever gonna even buy a lipstick again, I would just buy one color I really enjoy. And I have bought lip sets before, and it usually ends up being that I like 1 or 2 of the shades, and then the others I'm not as into. So yeah, their lip sets also not interesting me. No lip sets are interesting me anyway. And then they have another palette, the Cinnamon Bear palette, $39. I feel like they are just doing all of the cinnamon, the spice, the gingerbread a million times over. It's their shtick. I get it. Again, doesn't interest me. The Cinnamon Bear thing, it looks cute. This one I feel like looks a little bit like child makeup. The other palettes are at least more sleek and more interesting, but yeah, the Cinnamon Bear, not my thing. Looks like kids makeup. And I am always weary of any Too Faced palettes in that cardboard packaging at the holiday time because, as we know, often those are not as good quality, or at least they were in years past. I feel like people used to review these holiday sets constantly in the years past, and usually the ones in the cardboard packaging were not as good. So again, not interested in this anyway, but if I was going to pick something from Too Faced to buy, which I'm not going to, but the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. Now this one is in their metal packaging. This I actually think is really nice. The colors are beautiful. There's like greens. I think this is actually a really nice fall palette, not gonna lie. But again, not gonna get it. But this is the one thing that out of all of these Too Faced releases, I actually think sounds good. And I've seen reviews and actually people really do like that one. Let me just talk about some of these sets. Always around the holiday time, especially at Sephora and Ulta, they release tons of these brand gift sets. So you've got one from Tatcha, Fresh, Olaplex, Briogeo, many more. I have mixed feelings on these because I think a lot of times if you're only interested in one or two of the products, it's probably better to just buy those than the set. However, I think the ones for skincare and hair care, honestly, I do think that they make more sense because you can try like the shampoo and the conditioner together, or, moisturizer, serum, and a toner. So I actually do think these sound pretty good if you really want to try all the things in there. I will say the only one I am tempted by is the Olaplex one because I've tried a few things from Olaplex and I actually really enjoy that hair care brand. So overall, I really do think that the hair care and the skincare sets, they make more sense. But the makeup sets, I tend to be very wary of because there's often something in there that I've already tried and I don't like, or I'm just not interested in trying overall. I have bought some of these makeup sets that they do in the past, and I usually only end up enjoying one or two things. I think these sets are more for people who maybe don't have large collections, want to try a bunch of these products. So for me, as far as the makeup sets, I already have a large collection and there's usually a couple things in there that I've already tried or just have zero interest in. Something I thought was interesting from Tarte. This says it's at Macy's, but I'm assuming it's going to come to other retailers. So they're coming out with 3 mini palettes. A little bloom palette, a little toasted palette, and then one called Little Fresh. This is, okay, $49 for these 3 mini palettes. Tarte is another brand where I would be very wary of their holiday collections because in the past, some of them have gotten some pretty negative reviews, and it just seems like often, again, I can't say for certain, but just based on years past and videos that I've seen, when they come out with holiday palettes, they're not always the same formula as their full-size palettes. Now, I own the Tarte Toasted palette and I actually really, really like it. So obviously I wouldn't buy this set because I have the Tarte Toasted anyway. I don't know, this is something just doesn't interest me overall because Tarte is kind of like Too Faced. It's just not my favorite brand. It's not my favorite eyeshadow formula for sure. Like I said, I like the Tarte Toasted, but I have zero interest in buying other Tarte palettes. This is something that if I was interested in, I would wait for reviews because these holiday releases from Tarte tend to be mediocre. This next thing I'm interested in, but I don't think I'm going to get it. The Fenty Gloss Set. It is $36. Again, these lip sets, I don't know. I just feel like for me, I'm at the point where I have enough makeup. I've tried a lot of things. If I'm going to buy a lip product or whatever it may be, I would rather just buy one item that I really like. I do own one of the gloss bombs and I'm so close to finishing it. I have Diamond Milk and I really, really like the formula. It is smooth, it is beautiful, it is glossy, and I want to get more. There's only one shade in this set that really interests me, and it's that fuchsia type color. If they release that in a single, then maybe I would buy that, but I really don't want to buy the set just because that's the only color I'm interested in. So I'm really trying, again, these sets, I'm trying not to buy any of them unless I'm truly interested in everything in it. So we'll see, but I do want to get another gloss bomb because like I said, I really like the one I have and I want to try one of the pink type shades, and this fuchsia one looks so pretty, but yeah, the rest of the colors don't interest me. There's another body care set that again seems interesting, but I don't think I would get it, but that is the Sol de Janeiro one. It's $62. This one I will say, I love the scent of that Boom Boom cream, and I did have the body spray, but it was not very long lasting. So that does just not interest me, but if I were to buy something else from Sol de Janeiro, I would be interested in their perfume. But I've heard people say that that's not very long lasting on the skin either, and it's much more expensive than the body spray. Therefore, I probably won't get this, but this is actually one of the sets that I could potentially be interested in, but again, not gonna get it. Another set they always have at Sephora, these mascara ones. How much is this? I'm not sure. I didn't write it down, but I just feel like these, I mean, if you're really looking for a holy grail mascara, you don't have one that you really love, it may be worth it to get one of these sets, but even if they're minis, that's still a lot of mascara to get all at once because I think out of all makeup products, mascara is the thing that will expire the fastest. It's going right near your eyes, so it's not something that you want to keep around for a very long time. I have Holy Grail mascara already and it's from the drugstore, therefore I'm not interested in these sets anyway, but I feel like on a rare occasion I want to try a high-end mascara. They sell most of them in minis now, so I feel like for me, it would make much more sense to just go buy 1 or 2 minis and then see if I like it. And from what I've noticed, the minis last as long as a full-size mascara anyway. And usually the wand is the same size. I don't know. I've just noticed they really don't dry up any faster than a full-size mascara does. Therefore, for high-end mascaras, I'm rarely going to buy a full size anyway. So yeah, I don't know. These mascara sets to me just scream like, wow, all this mascara is going to expire really, really soon. There are some holiday releases also from Dior, some eyeshadow palettes, some YSL, some eyeshadow palettes. These I'm just not interested in at all. I don't know. There's just something about the eyeshadows from YSL and Dior that to me just look really cheap. I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't look as luxurious as their other products. I think it's because, you know, they still do these little quads with sponge tips, although I'm not hating on the sponge tips because if you've seen me do any get ready with me's or tutorials, I use a sponge tip applicator to do my lid shade every single day. But I don't know. There's just something about their quads and their eyeshadow palettes that looks so much cheaper than the rest of the brand. I don't know why that is. I feel like, you know, their foundations, concealers, highlighters, the packaging is nice and it fits in. And I do feel like these high-end brands, they should have nice packaging and presentation just because you're paying so much money. So I don't know, these collections just look kind of cheap to me and yeah, not interesting at all. Of course, as usual, Charlotte Tilbury is coming out with a large palette for the holidays, and I will say, I did finally try the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow formula. I got one of the quads in Rock Chic. Wow, it's a really nice formula. I'm actually very, very impressed. I was hesitant to try her eyeshadows for a long time because they just seemed really overpriced. And for me, Charlotte Tilbury products have been hit or miss. Some I really like and others I felt to be mediocre. But now that I've tried the eyeshadows, they're actually really, really good. But these large palettes, I gotta say, I mean, she tends to make these limited edition ones every holiday. Every year they kind of look similar to me. I don't know, they just don't seem that different. You know, if I was to get one, I'd get one and, you know, call it quits on that because again, they tend to be very repetitive. It is beautiful though, I will say that. And again, now that I've tried the Charlotte Tilbury formula, I'm more interested in trying more from her, but I don't know, I'd probably just stick with the quads over these larger palettes, but yeah. Not really interesting to me. I'm pretty sure this is sold out anyway, and her holiday palettes do tend to be quite limited editions. So yeah, this not for me, but her formula is good. All right, one last thing I want to talk about, and that is the Marc Jacobs holiday collection, which is cherry themed. And I feel like this is a really cool and unique idea, but I just don't like the way it was executed. I really like that this is something different from holiday. It's cherry themed, it's different. I feel like usually for the holidays, we're seeing like Christmassy stuff or very like pumpkin type stuff like Too Faced. So I think the cherry theme is different and unique. However, this eyeshadow palette, when I imagine a cherry theme palette, I imagine rich reds, burgundies. There's like 2 burgundies in this palette and the rest are so neutral. I just, wow, I feel like they could have done a lot with this. And I feel like if they had picked like a minty green eyeshadow and then some of these burgundy cherry colors, wow, that would have been amazing. And I think I would have actually been interested because again, I did recently try the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow formula for the first time and it's actually very, very good. So yeah, this is a really cool idea. I love that it's different. The packaging, wow, it's amazing. Oh my gosh. And there's a highlighter and some lip products. I mean, a cherry color lipstick, that totally makes sense, but I don't wear those type of colors anyway. Yeah, this one is kind of a bummer because I love the idea. I feel like it's something different. I haven't really seen something like this at the holidays. But yeah, execution, no, they could have really done a lot more at this, in my opinion. That is it for this holiday makeup anti-haul. I gotta say, I do feel like a lot of the holiday makeup releases, it's a lot of the same stuff over and over again. I didn't mention the Hourglass palettes because I did buy the 6-pan one and I really do like it. I was going to do a video on it and honestly, I just decided against it because I have nothing new to add than all the other videos out there on that palette. I like it. I like the Hourglass formula, but now that I have that one and the Ghost palette, I just don't need more of them, honestly. I feel like Hourglass and all these other brands, it's a lot of repeat stuff at the holidays, which is good in a way, because if there was something you really did want and you missed out on the year before, then you could get it the next year. But I feel like if I just kept buying all these holiday makeup releases year after year, I would have all the same stuff piling up in my collection. So yeah, I like the Hourglass palette that I bought. I'm wearing it today actually, but I definitely don't need any more than that. Two of the shades in there are the exact same as the Ghost palette anyway, Dim Light and Diffused Light, but I'm halfway through those in my Ghost palette. Therefore, you know, I was fine with that being a repeat, but yeah, a lot of repeat stuff. Honestly, that's the bottom line. But, you know, in a way it's good, because if you're a little bit on the fence about buying something this year, you can wait, because it's probably going to come out next year, or at least something nearly identical. So yeah, that is it for my holiday makeup anti-haul. Please let us know though, are you interested in these? Because I do think some of these are actually good releases. They're just not interesting to me personally, but some of this stuff is good. And I will say those skincare sets, I think those could be a great way to try a higher end skincare brand. That is it. Let us know what you think. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.